Hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks, and today I'm going to talk about Tata Chemicals, whether it is a multi-bagger from here or what needs to be done at these prices. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation, and people taking any position into any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I talk about Tata Chemicals, here's a small request that kindly support me on Patreon, and once you do that, it will help me grow the channel. It will help you also ask me questions on a daily basis. And once you get onto the Patreon website, you have to click the link of Simply Stocks and pay me through credit card, and a $10 membership will help you gain traction to my portfolio. And these are the number of articles or podcasts that I put up. I normally put a podcast on a daily basis, so you see August 10th, August 11th, 12th, and virtually I'll try to put it up on a daily basis, or at least on alternate days. I have an updated portfolio that I keep on updating probably every 2-3 days time. Whenever I buy or sell any share, it's right there in the articles. Then so apart from that, people also ask me questions, so that is in the messages. So you can message me every day at any time of the day and I'll answer that. And I'm virtually always online on Patreon, so visit the Patreon website. It would be more helpful for you to join there. If you have a query about building portfolios, if you have queries about making a individual portfolio, that I cannot help on Patreon, so I want to make that clear. You can directly email me and we can work things out, but I do not help for portfolio building on Patreon. All right, so that's about the Patreon website. Let's go to the description of the company. So the company was established in 1938, and they produce a number of soda ash and specialty chemical products. Different products include sodium bicarbonate, allied chemicals, products for cement and infra industry, among others. So they have products, mainly raw material products, for a number of you can say industries, and which are used in number 2025 industry that the products are used. Have operations in Asia, Americas, Europe and Africa. So it is not only in India, it exports globally, and quite a big brand on a global level also. Wide range of applications in agriculture, animal nutrition, food, oral care, cosmetics, pharmaceutical and paint. So virtually whichever industry you name it, and Tata Chemicals is there. A market cap of the company is only 7600 crore, and that is why it looks extremely attractive at the moment. If you look at the financials of the company, and this is actually Q1 numbers, I'm sorry, it's not Q4 but a Q1 FY21 numbers, and you have seen that the sales have dropped by something like 18%. Look at the drop in profit from 315 crores is down to 75 crores. Remember that in Q1 exceptional income had led to a spike in bottom line, that is in the March quarter, but in the June quarter there is no spike whatsoever. And the problem is pretty obvious, that everybody knows about the shutdown that has taken place for around 45 days, that led to such numbers on the bottom line, just about 75 crores. Decent promoter and institutional holding, there is 18% free float that is available. Return ratios are pretty good, operating profit margin at 18% and return on equity of 34%. So the stock performance, stock has done nothing in the last 2 years. Over a 2 year period, the stock has not gone anywhere, not gone down or up. So it did retrace some 30 odd percent in the March fall, but it has come back. So it has come back, and right now it is hitting new highs. But on a 2.5 year basis, it is virtually flat. After demerger from other group entities like Tata Global Beverages, it will perform better, and it looks like it is performing better. It's just that the current market environment has not suited the company, and the results have been subdued. So recovered sharply from the lows of 190 that we saw in March. So currently trading at 300 odd levels, and it may continue to rise with the kind of consumer business that it has and the kind of exports that it has under its belt. The company looks good to set new highs going forward. So what has gone on in the stock? So these are the issues that has taken the company for the company to perform in such a manner, and the stock to really not perform well in Q1. Shutdown of businesses, virtually all businesses got shut down in most part of Q1. So almost 45 days there was absolutely no business. Complete April went for Maruti without any sales. A similar sort of fate went ahead for many Tata Group companies, and Tata Chemicals was not an outlier at all. So, but the shutdown has not helped. Plants at lowest capacity and business impacted adversely. So capacity utilization was low, so high cost of maintaining the plant, maintaining machinery, paying salary to employees, etc., because Tata is very big on taking care of employees. So there were virtually no you can say retrenchment, etc. Things are normalizing in Q2, so probably the Q2 numbers would be better as we go ahead. You have to take that into account. So probably next 3 to 6 months, I hope to see better numbers going forward. And see, it may have seen the worst. So the second quarter number would be better than the first quarter, but would be adversely bad compared to, you can say, Q2 of FY20. So you have to take this into account, that you have to take it as Q on Q from here on in for most of the companies for the next 3 quarters. It may have seen the worst in the last quarter, but things will improve very slowly. It's not going to be a V-shaped recovery. So we'll take around 6 months for 100% recovery. So we have to look beyond FY21. Probably FY22 would be much better, depending on how the situation remains on the ground. If there is a second wave, then there could be more trouble for such consumer companies. If you look at the technicals, then 275 to 80 is a very strong support. The resistance was around 350 levels. It has run up a lot, but is finding trouble at those levels. The 200 DMA is around 290 300 levels. So it may consolidate for a while, but I think the breakout is imminent going forward. uh, so a major up move is expected above 350, but even in this consolidation, the stock is showing sign of greater strength, and the valuations look attractive at these levels, considering the kind of you can say up move in the numbers that we may see 6 months going forward from here. So what needs to be done? In my opinion, I would buy on major declines. I'll wait for that sharp 3-4% decline on any day and just get in and buy a few shares. If you have the stock, then do not worry, but keep a deep stop loss at 250, 275. If anything really goes bad, you need to exit. So there should be stop losses for all companies. Have a good 4-5 year time frame. This may end up becoming 2-3x from here in the next 5 years, because the numbers have been abysmal, and probably FY22 FY23 would be one of the best years for such companies. Yes, consumer centric companies are better. This is also a kind of a consumer centric stock, although chemical is a major chunk of its business, but they are catering to consumer needs with the chemical products. So this can be considered one of the consumer companies. So over a long run, stock may do really well. I don't know how well, what could be the targets, but on major declines it can be bought into. But if you're looking for chemical stocks per se, I have already talked about a number of pure chemical plays that could be bought into. Tata Chemicals is probably a consumer play rather than a pure chemical play. So this was my video on Tata Chemicals. Please like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Thanks a lot for watching.